Well, hello, it's Doc Mac, and I'm back. Okay, today the course is on the Enlightenment strand again. You guys just finished up the self discipline, but we're in the actual first step. Okay, that was kind of out of order, the self discipline one. So I'm going to put a little bit more order into it. So remember, hope. Okay, I call it the Hope Protocol. I developed it about 15 years ago. As you probably know, I've been doing this for a very long time. My first 25 years was just all about health optimization, and for the last 15 years, it's about health optimization, but for those of us in our third act of life. So the Hope Protocol is all about hormones, which happens to be what makes us feel old, look old. Organics, which happens to do with our weight and how energetic we are. Purification, which has to do with different organs that become toxic that we got to detox. And then Enlightenment is all about using the mind to get there. Okay, and so it's hope. All right, we have hope. We have hope to be able to make our third act just friggin' awesome, and that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to make my third act awesome. I'm 15 years into my third act because I look at the third act as about 50 and over. That's when I started developing all this. This is when I opened up 7 different satellite anti-aging, hormone and weight optimization clinics throughout Northern California. I retired about 6 years ago so I can do it outside of the state of California and anywhere I wanted to, and I became a virtual coach after retirement because I got tricked into it. But I fell in love with it. So let's get on with this course. First of all of our dreams that I talk to, at least the people that seem to follow me, is they want to be slender, they want to be energetic, they want to be young. Okay, so that's our dream. It's possible. Okay, I coach dozens of clients, and it's like 100%. Those that don't quit get there. Okay, and very few quit. So it's highly possible to be at your ideal weight and to be energetic and to feel young and to be out there in the world, dancing and singing and, doing all that great stuff. It's possible. How long will it take you? In reality, it only takes a few months, to really get into where most of us want to go. Now, there's 3 different stages. The first one's about 3 months long, and that's pretty much, getting rid of that 30 to 50 pounds that most of us put on our bodies once we go into menopause or andropause. Okay, then we have to go into the energetic one. The phase 2 is another 3 months combined with phase 3, which has to do with stress, okay, and the adrenal hormones. So it's ovarian hormones, it's the thyroid hormones, it's the adrenal hormones. Those are the 3 different phases of the Hope Protocol, okay? So today in the Enlightenment strand. Remember, I call them strands because you have to intertwine them. They make a rope. They pull you out of the feeling old abyss. All right, it's what's going to help us get there easily. What most people don't realize, if you use the mind correctly, you might not need to do a whole lot more. Okay, but really, we are what our thoughts are. Okay, so there are 3 points. There's 3 points that I want you to pay attention to in the first week of the Enlightenment protocol that we have. And the first one has to do with breathing. Okay, what I have my clients do when they wake up in the morning is I want them to immediately put cortisol in the check. You see, my definition of stress is a high level of cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. It's supposed to be high in the morning, but we want it starting to go down after we wake up. Actually, cortisol is what wakes you up. Well, cortisol hits a certain point, and once it does that, boom, you're wide awake. It creates your brain to be alert, you to be alert, and so we want it high in the morning, but we want to put it back on its downward arc. You see, it should be high here in the morning, and then as the day goes, it should drop down to where it's near bottom. And when it's near bottom, that's what allows you to go to sleep. And so, that's how a cortisol arc works. Okay. One of the best ways to make sure that you're starting to bring your cortisol down is just when you wake up in the morning. Okay, go over. I have a meditation chair. It's right over there, and I set it in my meditation chair, and I breathe. Okay, I call it 2 times breathing. Okay, you've heard me talk about this in previous videos. Okay, it's pretty easy. It's just you breathe into your nostril for 2 counts, then you breathe out your mouth for 4 counts. You do that I like 4 times. And then you go to 3-6. All right. So I'd breathe in 3 counts. And breathe out 6 counts. Okay. Now I always finish with one big breath, and I breathe through my forehead. I make it go all the way down to the bottom of my spine. Okay, and I do it for a count of 4, and then I'm gonna breathe out from the bottom of my spine all the way back out through the forehead as a count of 8. Okay, this is my final breathing. And that's how you finish up with your 2-time breathing. There's tons of research that shows that by breathing, you're going to de-stress yourself. You're going to bring down your cortisol. You're going to turn it, you're going to make it turn the corner and start going down. So I want you to do it first thing in the morning because it just starts the morning off great. And I'm going to have a few more steps I'm going to add here in the future course. Okay? And so in the next course, you're going to get the next step. And if you're not doing your breathing, and you should be doing it every single morning, you should be practicing it every morning, only if you want to succeed. Not only in your journey for health and weight loss, but for everything, your relationships, your career, for your charity. Okay, you've got to be relaxed and chilled and calm. Stress becomes overwhelming and it makes us fall off the horse. And when we fall off the horse and we're really stressed, we walk back to the stables and we give up. Okay, and we hide. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to do the 2 times breathing, and I want to give credit to where credit's due. My meditation teacher is Emily Fletcher. It's called Ziva Meditation, and that's where I got this tool from. It's one of the best tools ever for starting your day off, but more importantly, for working with those hormones, your stress hormones in particular. And if you can kind of quell the stress in your life, you're going to help out the hormones tremendously. Now, once I've gotten the breathing and I've oxygenated my brain, I've oxygenated my mind, what I want to do is I want to visualize what we taught you in the self-discipline is I want to visualize our dream. What is your dream? Your eyes are closed during all this, by the way, and you're going to see your dream. I like to liken it to standing on some railroad tracks, and if you look out at the end of the railroad tracks, they come together. Okay, and what's really cool about that was once you get there, they really didn't come together, and you have a new goal or a new vision to go after. So at the end where you can see in the horizon the rails come together, that's the dream you. I call YOU. If you read the course, you're going to see what I mean by you. In fact, I call the course you, YOU with quotation marks. All right. I want you to see you in the future, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the road, whatever it is, the time limit that you put on yourself. I want you to visualize it. So if I close my eyes and I look down there, what do I see? Okay, and so you're going to peel the onion in essence. You're going to peel off all the things that you don't like about yourself. It could have something to do with your personality. It could have something to do with your weight. It could have to do with your skin. It could have to do with so many different things. If you're working on your relationship, same thing. Peel off the things that make it a negative relationship. If you're working on money or career, peel off those things that you don't like about your career or about your money. And what you're going to do is you want to visualize the pot at the end of the rainbow, the dream you. And you want to see it and you want to float around it. You want to see yourself. Okay? And so, as I float around it, I can sit there and see, oh my gosh, I lost my butt. A long time ago, it just fell off, and I don't know what happened to it. So anyway, in my vision, I'm going to see me with a nice butt. Okay, I'm just kidding here, though, but I did lose it. So anyway, visualize you. Visualize you the way you want to see yourself. I want to have some good biceps. Yes, I might, be on Medicare, but I can still have a great body. Okay, I know because I used to not have a kind of a weightlifting type of body, which I do now, and that's COVID kind of messed that up a little bit. But I'm back on track now, and I'm starting to get back to where I was, and I'm starting to get my body to look like I actually work out. So anyway, visualize it, and see you, see your relationship, see your career, see your charity, see what you're doing, who you want to be. Okay, you really get into it. I spent a lot of time in an earlier course on visualization, and just really know. It's very important to know who you, Y-O-U capitals, quotation marks, what you're going to be like in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the road. Those are the two important things to do first thing in the morning. Now, the question that I always get, and I'm going to answer today because it needs to be answered right up front, and it falls in the Enlightenment, is exercise. You see, I'm sure you know that I talk to dozens of women and men every week that are in the third act of life who want to look great. They want to feel great. Most, if not all of them, have tried to exercise their weight off, tried to exercise themselves and feeling good. They found that the exercise helped them feel good, but it didn't help them lose the weight. Because what happens after we get at a certain age, around 50, we don't have any more fat-burning hormones. And guess what? You can't burn fat without fat-burning hormones. Right? Okay? It's that simple. So we have to do something different. All right? Because if by now you should know that it's all about playing what I call the insulin-glucagon game. Okay? We've got to decrease insulin. We got to increase glucagon. Insulin moves glucose from your blood into your cell where it's stored as fat. Okay? Glucagon, insulin's twin hormone, releases the fat to be turned back into sugar. We want to keep insulin down, glucagon high. We want to turn ourselves from a fat storing being to a fat releasing being. Okay, it's all about playing the insulin glucagon game. This course today is not about that. But this is what happens when you exercise. When you exercise, strenuous exercise, going and doing weightlifting, going to do some strong cardio, what ends up happening is you stress your body. When you stress your body, what happens? Cortisol elevates, your stress hormone. Okay. When cortisol elevates, it's going to put your body into flight or fight. Okay. When it does that, the body needs fuel. So cortisol is going to signal insulin to be released by the beta cells of your pancreas. They're going to attach the receptor sites on your cells, and they're going to open up the entrance doors so that the glucose can flow freely into the cell. There's one problem. You're most likely not going to get in a fight, and you're most likely not going to have to run. Okay? We're no longer fighting with our enemies, the tribes next to us. We're no longer running away from saber-toothed tigers. All right? What ends up happening is we don't use that fuel that goes into the cell, and it has to be converted into fat where it's stored in our cellular pantries. Okay? And because of that, when we're in stress all the time, we end up having a large amount of fat come onto our body. If you've ever been stressed, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, it's not just the comfort eating that you do; it's just that you're stressed, and you can visually diagnose somebody that's been under a lot of stress because their body will be square. Okay, like square bob pants, whatever that's called. Okay, been a long time since I had little kids. So anyway, stress. Okay. Is going to increase insulin. And insulin is going to put you into a fat storing state. If you do strenuous exercise, you're increasing cortisol and you're putting yourself into a fat storing state. And that's why you can't lose weight through exercise. Exercise is a horrible weight loss tool once you're in your third act of life. It's a horrible weight loss tool. It's an incredible health tool. It's an incredible body shaping tool. It's an incredible weight maintenance tool. But it's not a weight loss tool. Okay, I know you're going to say, oh, I can't stop exercise. I understand that because many of us, our mind needs it. There's other exercises you can do. Okay, so what you want to do after you've done your breathing, after you've done your visualization, is you want to do some leisurely exercise. Okay? Take a walk. Do some simple beginning yoga. Okay, go for a swim. Okay, if it's a season, or if you have indoor pools. Do it leisurely, because leisure exercise is going to bring down your cortisol. Everything I'm talking to you about today has to do with hormones, okay? Because it's all about your hormones. You didn't think I was not going to say that, right? It's all about your hormones, and so we want to make sure that we tame the cortisol, okay? And so one of the best ways to do that is through breathing. Okay, since you bring your cortisol down, you're going to do some visualization because you're in a nice spot there. We're going to get more into that in future courses. And then go for a nice leisurely walk, or get on the floor and do some nice leisurely yoga. Or if you have an indoor swimming pool or an outdoor swimming pool, depending on the season, go out and take a leisurely swim. Okay, those are the first 3 steps. Now, people are always talking to me about what's the most important thing. I can give you all the knowledge in the world. Research is going to say that you have a 95% chance of failing with all the knowledge. And why they say that is people that go out and buy diet books, okay, only 5% of them succeed. I think it's less than that. 5% probably lose weight. 95% of those books are going to end up in our garage or a trash can or put away somewhere, and it's going to gain a lot of dust. Okay? The most important thing when it comes to your journey, be it weight loss, be it your health, be it your relationship, be it to your career, be it to your finances, is accountability. Okay, accountability will raise your success rate up to 95%. So you're going to go from 95% failure to 95% success if you have accountability. Now, I'm sure you've heard the story. When I read this, and I only had one clinic my first 25 years of practice. When I read this, and I introduced, because the research had once a week accountability, and that people actually lost weight on the Weight Watchers, and those that did were the ones that went to the meetings. Well, those that didn't have accountability had a tremendous amount of failure rate. But those that had accountability, okay, lost weight. Well, I said, well, that's just once a week going to the meetings. And they found out that only those that went to the meetings succeeded at losing weight. They didn't get, not saying they went to their goal weight, they just succeeded at losing weight. What they found out, or what I found out, well, what would happen if I put in daily accountability? So we put a text program in where you had to do daily statistical texting, where every day you had to send to our team your weight, the hour slept, because the hour slept has a lot to do with your hormones that keep your weight off, your progesterone to estradiol ratio. Okay, the insulin glucagon lose the weight, but to keep it off, you have to have progesterone estradiol ratio corrected. That's all in the videos. Okay, and so what you end up having to do is you have to send your weight and your hours slept and your weekly goal. We set up weekly goals because if you have to lose 100 pounds, that looks like Mount Everest. But 5 pounds, in a week, that's a hill. All right, and as we build up steam, and we expect weight loss every day. Okay. Once you build up steam, if you eat the right menu, the menu that we provide to you, the ones that we've already provided to you, the protable menu, you're going to lose weight every day. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to create this accountability so that you do lose weight every day. Okay, so anyway, if you're interested in looking into our accountability program, we have an accountability program that's an affordable month-to-month program. You do it for 1 month. I've had people do it for maybe 100 months. I've had people around that long that do the month-to-month program with me. Click the link over there and go and look, and you'll learn more about our accountability program. It's a text-only coaching program, and so many of you can come in on it. nowadays, since I'm retired, it's just you're texting directly to me, and you have 24/7 access to me. You'll learn all about it. Go over and click that. So anyway, all right, the three things I want you to do in the morning is I want you to breathe, the 2 times breathing. I want you to visualize. I want you to see where you're going, because you got to know where you're going. Third is I want you to do some activity, but it's leisure activity, be it a walk, be it a swim, be it some easy yoga, okay? And then if you want to really succeed on this, I'm giving you the knowledge, all right? But through our text coaching program, you'll get the accountability, and you'll go from, a 95% failure rate to a 95% success rate. God bless you. I'll be back next week, and I'll have more good stuff. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into this enlightenment strand, and a little bit deeper into what you do in the morning. All right? So anyway, God bless you. Bye-bye.